I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today we're putting a little more redo back in the hi-fi redo, and right here we got not only one, but we got two in their original boxes. These aren't new, old stock or anything like that. They've been used. We got the FD 4100 and the FD 2200. And these things are pretty cool. They're kind of an interesting time. Both of these are from 2005. They were bought originally as a set, and you know, they're kind of interesting. If you guys know the story on these, if anybody remembers overhauling from back in the day, these things were kind of released, I believe, on the TV show with Foose, and you know, he kind of collaborated with Arc Audio. And we'll get more into the specifics, but you know what, let's open up these boxes and take a look and see what we got. All right, as you can see, these are both in really good shape. They really don't look like they were used very much. Unfortunately, one of the cool things that these things came with, and it's amazing, these things are still in there. They've never been put on the amp. So these things have these end caps that went on these things, like this, and like this. And then it had, I mean, this thing, it's never even been opened. So when you use the end caps, this nameplate slides out and this longer one goes in. And that's weird, because it seems too long. So that's interesting. These might go with this amp. They might be different. I don't know. Okay, so they do. These go with this amp. So this is the 4-channel amp. This is the 2-channel amp, and you know, you're gonna run your highs and your mids and everything with this, subwoofer with that. And these aren't really the most powerful things in the world. I don't remember if there's any specs on the box, but if you go to Big D Wiz, Williston Audio Works, he dynoed this one, the subwoofer version, the FD 2200, and it's 100 watts by 2 at 4 ohms, 185 watts by 2 at 2 ohms, and I don't know if it gave it a 4 ohm rating or not. I actually ran this thing at 2 ohms and it was fine. It was happy with it. And then we've got the 4-channel amp that is 50 watts times 4 at 4 ohms and 90 watts by 4 at 2 ohms. So these things are nice. I mean, they have a really cool heat sink on them. And I say we crack these things open and see what makes them tick. All right, we got the Foose Arc Audio FD series amps. We got them all hooked up, ready to roll. Got the blue lights on. Got them all tuned in, ready to rock and roll. So we do have them set up with a very small, shallow 12-inch subwoofer and some various speakers that we've got hooked up, and we're gonna give them a whirl.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, in my thoughts obsession, I will not stop. No, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters of the hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed.
Well, let's take these things apart. Let's see what they look like. All right, well, do need to let you know, made in China. So I'm gonna go and off on a limb and say these really probably aren't, you know, some of the highest end stuff. I think Derek pointed out that these were supposed to have Sanken transistors in them, and he pulled the clips off, and apparently they don't. They've got some sort of shrink wrap, says Arc Audio on the caps. So again, this is the 2-channel here. This is the 4-channel. Not a whole lot going on these things. We do have the model number and the date, the power 2x100. Nothing special. You know, they're clean looking layout. You know, I wouldn't think that Arc Audio would do anything too horrible, but you know, not a horrible amp, not a, you know, overwhelming. I don't know how expensive these things were at the time. I thought these were Class D because they are, you know, model number FD, but apparently these are Class AB amplifiers. And one of the things I like, it's got a cooling fan, because Class AB amps can definitely use a cooling fan. You know, they've got decent components inside these as far as, you know, features and stuff. Pretty standard as far as crossovers and everything go. But I think where they kind of fall short possibly is they're not screw terminal hold downs. These are actually binding post kind of things, but they do have Phillips heads on them. But well, I got done working on editing this video and realized I didn't shoot an outro on this thing. So sometimes I shoot them, they're all kind of jumbled up. But anyways, want to point out that, you know, those amps that I got, those Arc Audio amps, originally were supposed to go in this project that we're building in our shop. And wanted something kind of retro and something kind of cool. And I was like, we're doing overhauling on this thing. Might as well put some overhauling amps in there. And brought them to the customer, and the customer was like, never heard of those before. And I was like, oh, Chip Foose? And he's like, So anyways, you know, I think those amps are kind of cool. So if anybody's interested in them, you know, hit me up, and you know, maybe we can make them yours. But we do have something that we're gonna release here pretty soon that's going into this project here. So something cool. It's a retro brand. It's something the customer thinks is cool, and I think it'll be cool. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Pick up one of those channel stickers. Link in the description. So anyways, catch you next time.